Hello, Tom. Thanks for being here today. We're going to be answering some of the questions that we've had to put on hold for various reasons. They're a couple of months old and they're very important questions from Patreon subscribers, from our YouTube subscribers, and from the emails that we get. So we have a chance now to finally get caught up on some of those. And let me start with one from one of our Patreon subscribers, and that is Nambata. How do I get back joy and happiness in my life? I tried all sorts of therapies, moved around, but nothing helped me to feel anything. It feels like I just stopped feeling, wanting, dreaming, sensing, tasting, nothing. This is from a friend of Nimbada's, so it's a question to you for her friend.
Well, a couple of things that I would say about that is if your life is kind of blah, you don't feel joy, you don't feel passion, and you don't feel happy, and you don't feel satisfied. It's just plain vanilla blah. What you need to change is not really your environment. You could change your job, change where you live, you can change things like that, but that's not going to fix it, except in the short term. Short term, that will help because it'll give you new things to do. And new things require you to figure out new ways of doing those new things. And all that will keep you occupied and you'll probably feel better. But then the blahs will just kind of reassert themselves. The problem is inside with the way you are interpreting the world. You are interpreting the world not in terms of its possibilities, but rather in terms of how those possibilities are turning out for you. In other words, it's a more of a self-centered viewpoint. You look at yourself and say, well, I don't do anything very exciting. I really don't go anywhere very interesting. I really don't have any friends that I'm really excited about being with. But what you're looking at is how well your environment, your friends, your job, how well does it entertain and fulfill you? Well, you don't get fulfillment from outside. Fulfillment comes from the inside out. Now, entertainment can come from the outside, but entertainment's very shallow. It may make you laugh. It may make you happy for a very short time if the people really know how to dance and tell good jokes and the story is interesting. Then you can forget about your blah kind of life, but that doesn't fix it. That just pushes it aside temporarily. So entertainment won't do it. Changing locations and jobs won't do it. Those will only help for a short while. You have to change the way you're looking at your life. You're seeing yourself in the center, and things happen to you. And the things that happen to you are kind of boring. Okay. Well, life isn't about sitting back and watching the things that happen to you. Life is about going out and engaging things and engaging people. It's about being part of the action, not just sitting on the side, seeing what comes floating your way. So I think the thing to do would be to think, how can you change yourself? How can you reach out and do things that are interesting? And I can just give you a couple of suggestions how you might do that. Even if you have a job, I don't know whether you have a job or not, but say even if you do or don't have a job, there's ways that you can volunteer, things you can get involved in, things that aren't about you, things that how well they satisfy you is not their measure, things that you take their measure and how well you can help other people. See, when you make it not about you, but about others, how can you help others? How can you engage others in a way that's helpful for not only them, but for the society in general? What can you do that adds? What can you do that's part of the solution? rather than just sitting there and letting life wash over you and saying, well, this life that washes over me is boring. Go out. There's lots of places you can volunteer your time, and you'll find energetic people, people who care, who are also donating time and things. You can go to the hospital and just hold preemie babies. You don't need special skills. All you need to do is just hold some little babies that just need somebody to hold them, okay, while their mothers are healing. There's lots of things like that you can do. There's programs, all sorts of programs for children, connecting with children of all kinds of ages and just kind of giving them an adult who cares about them in life, giving them somebody they can talk to. I don't know. I probably should have a list of these things, but if you try hard, if you just go around in your community, you'll find things. There's Meals on Wheels, that helps feed poor people. There's just lots of things in a community. There are children's soccer teams that always need coaches, that always need, there's Cub Scouts that always need a mom to, sponsor a Cub Scout pack if you've got a, 8 or 9-year-old boy or girl. Yes, Cub Scouts are for girls too. They're for both girls and boys. But anyway, there's lots of things you can do by involving yourself with other people, serving other people, trying to make life better and more productive for other people. It's the doing thing for others that makes you feel really good. That's what gives you joy. That's what makes you feel when you get up in the morning that life is really worth living. It's great because of the accomplishments that you can do. If it's all about self, it's all about, well, here's what happens to me. Boring. Then yes, you won't find much satisfaction in that because it's all about you. Even if good things happen to you, it'll still get boring. Okay, you get a raise. Well, that's nice, but a year later, boring. It's just different boring work to do than you did before. So helping people, engaging, serving, volunteering, lots and lots of ways to do that. Get involved. And I know in the beginning, it's like, oh, that sounds like a lot of work and a lot of time. I don't really have that much time. See, that's all about you still. You try to minimize what you have to do, maximize the things that are positive, minimize the things that are negative. The last thing I need is something else to do. Well, that's wrong. You need something else to do. And you need to get up and go out in the world and do it. Do it with other people. Connect, serve, help. And you will find that even though it's extra time that you don't really have, it'll pay back, 10 times. You will get out of the funk and find life to be interesting and exciting and fun again.
I think that's a great answer, Tom. Certainly true. I think it's a wonderful answer. Thank you so much.
I and MBT Events hope you liked this video. We will continue to post videos for free on my YouTube channel, but please understand, these videos are expensive to produce. They represent many thousands of hours of production and editing, as well as all the necessary audiovisual equipment, computers, and software. If you find something of significant value in our videos, please consider supporting their production through our Patreon account or through a one-time donation. It would be very much appreciated. The links are in the description below. Thank you.